Oh my goodness. Holy moly.
Yo!
Snowman Gaming and Perrydactyl show all in one place. Yo!
Back at it again, boys.
No way, Ryan Tatum. What up in chat? Welcome and thank you for the
No way, is that
for
Ryan
the,
Tatum?
for the 7 bits. I think that's Ryan Tatum. I think it's
Wow.
the Ryan Tatum.
Wow, dude. It's an honor.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new Snocast, the second best thing to listen to right behind a snowman and pterodactyl sharing a slice of cheesy dump pizza. Welcome, everybody. I am glad you're here. There's everybody in chat popping in.
Did you guys hear that bomb intro? That was amazing. Cheesy dump, bringing it back.
Do you remember cheesy dump pizza?
So, how could I forget?
Yeah, I'm gonna add it onto the thing.
Put it live, dude. Everybody needs to see that cheesy dump.
Yeah, they gotta see the cheesy dump pizza. Okay, here it is. Yeah, let's.
Yes!
It's way too. Oh, it's big. It's big, and it's sideways. Oh no, this was a mistake. Can we just
leave it? Can this just be the stream now? I don't need this webcam up, man.
It's sideways.
I don't need it, dude. Yeah, man, cheesy dump.
Is there a way to... Okay, transform, rotate 90 degrees clockwise. There it is. Okay, cheesy dump pizza.
Cheesy dump.
There you go. Let's put it right there in the middle so everyone can see cheesy dump pizza. So this is... Okay, so I tweeted this like a month ago or whatever, right? And Perry responded and was like, I have not laughed harder at a tweet than this. But I don't know if you... do you remember that this is from like years ago? So,
yes!
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Okay.
Because
we talked about it in the Donkey Kong race, like the second year we did it. We talked about cheesy dump pizza, and it's in the highlight reel. And so I brought it back, and I didn't know if you remembered that or if you saw the tweet and just didn't remember, and you're like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And that just made me laugh even harder, that it was like, I made Perry laugh like double that he just didn't remember it the first time. But you did. So
man, I probably did remember it because just the word dump will get me every time.
So this, I took this picture. This is in a cookbook. It's in a cookbook that I found at some random outlet mall. You know,
how
some
to cook
hot
shop. Dumps.
Cheesy dump pizza. And I was like, I have to take a picture of it. It was the funniest thing ever. So anyway.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just had to bring that back. So we're sharing a metaphorical slice of cheesy dump pizza.
Yes, we are.
Welcome, everybody. I will not accept this cheesy dump lore.
Wow, I'm so glad we got to talk about cheesy dump live on stream.
All right, that was it, everyone. Thanks for being here for the cheesy dumps.
That's my game of the year, is the cheesy dump pizza. Thank you for watching.
So anyway, welcome. It has been a long time since I've done a Snowcast. It's been probably 6 months or more. We're back at it again. Just like we did the reboot on Twitch here at the start of the year. I did one with Lewis, which was our anticipated games of 2018. And now we're at the end. The bookend. My boy Perry here.
I'm here to clock it out, y'all.
Yeah.
Lewis started it. I'm going to end it.
I'm excited. I'm super hyped. So we have kind of our lists. I was talking to Perry and I said it'd be really cool if we did this together because I feel like our games that we enjoyed the most this year are probably pretty different. I think so. I mean, we'll have some overlap, I'm sure, but I can already think of just a few that I'm pretty sure you loved that I either didn't play or didn't, we had different experiences.
I know one for sure.
Yeah.
I know one for sure.
And we'll talk about it, I'm positive. Yeah. So anyway, I'm super hyped. I'm excited. We're talking about games of the year. Welcome everybody in chat that's here hanging out. I'm super glad that you're here. Excuse me.
He's super glad you're here. Let me finish the sentence.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you want to talk about your favorite game of the year, we'll talk about it later.
Yes, I choked on cheesy dump pizza. Yes, chat at the end. We'll take questions from chat. So we'll do kind of like an AMA type thing at the end about games. I mean, really can be about anything, but games of the year.
Right.
But throughout, feel free to drop in also like the games that you enjoyed most of the year and stuff. And we'll dive in. I mean, if you're ready, you just want to, we can dive straight into it. It's definitely,
I'm ready, baby.
Let's start here because we talked about this before we started streaming, that this has been kind of a weird year of gaming.
Yeah.
It's not been a typical, well, last year, 2017 was like unprecedented.
Pretty dang good.
Like insanely good. Yeah. So a follow-up year after that is hard to match.
Yeah, so like I think 2016 and 2017 were killer years for video game because like I just think back on it, it's just like, man, I remember having such a hard time picking a favorite game, you know, like let alone molding like before the podcast I was talking to Snow, I was like, man, I was just going through lists of games. It was like, this is okay. This was good.
Right.
Nothing that I would be like, oh boy, that's the game of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's been a weird year in that regard, but I still think there's some good games.
There's still some very good games, and it like ones that I didn't expect to love either. Like there were some that were huge anticipated games I was looking forward to the most. But those weren't the ones that for me, ended up being the ones that I loved the most. Lots of surprises.
For the most part, I agree. The most part, I agree with that. I think there were some really huge games I was really looking forward to, and I was kind of let down by them.
Yeah.
And I think that's something you and I probably both share in, that like kind of getting burned out on AAA games.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to predict the future here. But like that's the kind of vibe, and I know you pretty okay.
Yeah,
so yeah. I feel like we're going to be sharing a lot of hopefully interesting games. You know, I'm just excited to talk about video games with my good friend Snowman Gaming. Did you guys know his name is Gaming? Like that's his last name.
Yeah, Snowman Gaming. I just got it officially changed this week. So legally, you all need to call me Snowman. I agree, definitely. AAA, so ironically about that, because I definitely agree about AAA games, and it does seem like the ones that they're kind of like a slog, just in terms of like it's just so much to get through and stuff. However, I loved a couple AAAs this year that I did not think I would. Like God of War, I really enjoyed, and
God of War was really solid.
Spider-Man, both, and like I mean just
I love Spider-Man, dude.
Like,
Spider-Man was great
because they both still had their AAA elements. They had their stuff that, you know, it's at a point it's like the song and dance of AAA. It's like, okay, they got the skill trees and they got the, you know,
got a world to explore, side things to do. You know, there's a lot of layers to the game.
Yeah. But Spider-Man was, wow, very good.
Yeah. Are we talking about lists right now, or is it still preamble time?
Well, are there other AAAs that you were let down by, or ones that, like, you know, you're feeling the slog of AAA?
I was really let down by like most Ubisoft games this year. I played Far Cry 5. I thought it had some promise here and there, but for the most part, I was just like, this is okay. This is okay. Like I just enjoy a shooting game from time to time. And
I totally forgot about that game.
That was at the very beginning of this year, man.
Right.
It's crazy to think about, you know?
And because of like Primal and like the other ones too, that kind of become like a yearly release thing. It's like they kind of run together. I mean, I haven't played Far Cry games, but just seeing it, like, I totally forgot about Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
Did you play Red Dead?
I didn't play Red Dead.
I didn't play either, and so I mean, I guess I can't say, but it just seems like it would have been too much for me.
See, the thing with that game for me, and I base this off of conversations with my good friend Chidunda.
Ooh.
You guys are familiar. Follow him at Chidunda.
YouTube.com/Chidunda.
Good boy, smart boy. It's a big open world, but the thing about it is everything is slow and takes time to like get through. It's a very, very slow game, and I'm just like, man, if I'm playing a big open world game with like cool stuff, like shootouts and stuff,
right,
I want more of the cool active stuff, unless it's trying to be a very story-driven game.
Right.
And it's like, it's hard to mesh both of those things for me. Like, you know, I think I'm sure it's a great game. It's just like, I just don't want to like.
It went for like the ultra realistic aspect of it. Like they went for like it like everything is realistic, but almost to a fault, where it kind of like slow and sluggish and just kind of I know it's story driven too, so like that's a big part of it, but I never played Red Dead 1 either, so I have no, you know, voice in that camp. But
I played that game and I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I think it's fine if you like Rockstar games.
People loved it.
Yeah,
especially like Red Dead 1.
all the power to you, man. Like Rockstar makes some great games. They're just not my cup of tea.
Right.
So like that was just one of the big games that came this year that I was just like, I was just gonna pass.
Yeah.
I'll let other people praise it. It'll get enough.
What other AAAs? Because you were saying like other Ubisoft ones.
Oh, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Right. Yeah.
Really strong start. And I think the thing that sold me on the game is it's Greek and there's a lot of like gods. They actually go full on fantasy with it, and so I was like, oh man, this is great.
That's cool.
But it has so much just filler to it. There's just needless things. And some of it you don't really have to do. Like you can avoid like I'd say probably 60% of it, but it reaches a certain point where like you gotta do all this extra stuff to like actually get further in the game. And it's just like this is just a time sink. I don't want to play this.
And it feels like AAAs feel like they have to do that to fill a time quota. Otherwise, your money's not worth it. And I just hate that because I'd rather spend 5 to 10 hours in
a really engaging experience.
Super engaging. Than 60 hours in one where only 10 of it's engaging anyway. And so,
dude, I think that game's like over 100 hours. I got like 30-ish. And I was just like, I don't really see the end in sight. I was having a good time with it, but like the story was just losing steam all of a sudden. I was just like, man, see, like these big games can have a fantastic start and a really cool premise, but then it's just like, oh, but we got to cater to this, cater to that, and we got to add all this other stuff in there to make sure it's present, and it's just it kind of loses me. And it's a bummer because like I think if someone was cutting the script, cutting a lot of it, like maybe a third of that game, oh my god, that could honestly be up there for game of the year. It's a really solid game.
Well, Chris the Fields in chat just said, but did you hit that 15-hour mark? Because that's
I got like 30-ish.
Because that was the meme, right? What was the article that released that was like,
the first
Odyssey is
slog.
It's good after the first 15 hours.
See, and I disagree with that. Like, the reason why they say that is because a big plot point is revealed, and it's just like, oh, this is what's going on. Okay, that's pretty cool. But, like, the first 15 hours of the game is the most engaging that game will ever be, because they keep introducing things to you, and then after a certain point, they just expect you to do it all the time, and it's just not fun. But it's hard to keep that like, when they have so many revolving things, it's hard to keep it engaging. And it's boring.
But so that's the thing, because I will say God of War and Spider-Man stuck out to me in terms of it still stayed engaging the whole way through, even though they had all that stuff too. There was still that, like, for sure, filler may not be the word, but just the AAA. I mean, you all that
busy work,
complication and busy work. Like they make it more complicated than it needs to. You have all these upgrades and all these new moves and combos you can do, and it's like I'm still just gonna throw my axe over and over. You know what I mean? Like or it's like Spider-Man, and I don't know, but the whole thing as a whole, just taking it, like it was awesome. I loved both of them very much.
I liked both those games a lot. I don't want to really spoil anything. I had more problems with God of War.
I was just gonna say, because we talked about that, and without spoiling, correct me if I'm wrong, we both kind of felt they set it up for a sequel. Like, it was just kind of like it didn't end very well. It was kind of like, oh, next game, sorry.
It felt like I was watching a Marvel movie, because it's like, well, wait for the post-credit scene because it's gonna set up for the next game. We're just like, just give me a good game, good ending, you know? Like, it's just it was just frustrating because, like, there was so much built up during that game. You're like, okay, this has got to happen, right? Like, we're gonna do this, right? No sequel. It's just like,
there's all this build up with certain characters, like not just the main two, but other characters too, and then they just kind of fall off. Like, nothing crazy happened. There's like climaxes, but there's no finality to it. It just kind of ends.
And, like, speaking of the first, like, 15 hours thing, like, the beginning of God of War is the best part of that game. Ooh. It's so good. Yeah, the first hour. Introduction, woo, that's a good time. You could have just had that and, like, had, like, 5 more hours of, like, you did it, boys.
It's true.
You did it. That's a good God of War.
Yeah.
It's hard, dude.
Well, they're pretty meaty stories, I think. God of War and Spider-Man both.
They both are.
Bigger and longer and meatier than I thought they would be. Like, they're probably 12 to 15 hour just doing the story, nothing else. Which,
yeah.
At least based on AAAs from like the last 5-10 years, sometimes games get raps that are like, oh, the story's only 5 hours, and then there's all this filler junk.
10 hours of side stuff.
Right. But they both had decently long stories. Now, almost to a fault too, though, because like especially God of War, I remember thinking like, okay, they're kind of just stringing us along. Yeah. So, but Spider-Man, I didn't really feel that way personally.
I think so. Spider-Man's on my list of 5 games.
Me too.
The thing about Spider-Man is like it felt like a really well-crafted story, in that like it was just like, okay, I'm expecting this to happen, and like that would happen, but it's just like, oh wait, dude, there's actually this guy over here, and you're like,
yeah,
I didn't even think about that. It's just like, oh man, I had like, it honestly felt like I was playing Spider-Man in a movie, and like that is the closest you could get to a full experience, like Spider-Man experience. It was so good.
Yep.
Gameplay and story was so intertwined. Oh man, they really pulled it off. I had a great time with that game.
I know we talked about it, and it's essentially what came of my video on Spider-Man, but like just how the side stuff didn't feel like totally meaningless filler. It was that's Spider-Man's personality. Like, he's wanting to just save the city. He's literally going around stopping crimes. He's going and taking pictures. It's things that would make sense. Yeah.
Save those pigeons for that hobo.
right.
That's just how he be. He's got no time for himself. He's always helping somebody.
Can we make a Spider-Man movie where that's the plot? Is he's going and rescuing
oh my
pigeons?
God, that would be so good.
Into the Spider-Verse 2 is just Spider-Man saving pigeons.
Dude, slice of Spider-Verse. And just like him delivering pizzas or something. Just being a nice boy.
What you said was the combining of like gameplay and story. Like everything just flowed really well.
Yeah.
It was a great Spider-Man, like Peter Parker. He was a really, really good Peter Parker.
Really good.
You cared about him. You cared about his relationships with people. Like they built with him and his aunt. Like it's more than just MJ and like whatever. Like with his aunt and the food shelter and all that stuff. Like the B plots and all that. You actually cared about him and Doc Ock, and like you know what's coming with Doc Ock, and so just watching like that unfold was cool.
That's honestly some of the best part of that game, because like as soon as you see him, you're like, whoa, okay, they're best buds, they're good, close. How is this gonna like play out? And I think the way they did that is honestly some of the best part of that game. It's super solid.
Really good storytelling, and it just feels really good to be Spider-Man, to fight people. Like the combat was great.
Yeah.
Swinging around town.
Oh my God. The swinging stuff, dude.
Can we talk about swinging around
Can we talk about the swinging for a second, dude? That is the best swinging in any video game, man.
So good. So good.
I love that Insomniac got to make this, because they made Sunset Overdrive. I don't know if you got a chance to
I haven't yet, but it's on PC now.
Yeah,
I need to get it.
Solid. And it's just like you could tell they lifted a lot of mechanics from that game to make a Spider-Man experience, and I think they nailed it. Like it's just fluid, fun, addictive. Like I like playing open world games, but the ones that really get me are the ones that like are involving in getting around. Like there's purpose, there's fun to be had. Because, like, most open world games, you're just like, I just want to fast travel because I actually don't want to waste time.
Exactly.
But, like, Spider-Man, you could just zip all over the city and just have a great time, and it just doesn't feel like you're wasting your time.
It almost takes the same amount of time. Like to do the cutscene of the fast travel almost takes the same amount of time as it would to just sling there. And it feels fun anyway to do it. Plus, you can do side stuff on the way. So, like, on your way to it, stop a crime, to take a picture of something.
The crime system and the little, like, camera things or backpacks, like, that is effortlessly played into, like, just, I got to go over here, so I might as well just do this, right?
So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the first, like, couple hours, I think I got all the backpacks, which... Because it was just fun to do. It was just fun to go around and get them all. But I think if I hadn't... I probably would have gotten them all just by my traveling around.
Yeah, by virtue of just
exactly. So it's just really well done. It's an open world game done really well for exactly the reasons you said.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that game a lot. I think the only problems I have with it is the very beginning. It's literally Ubisoft Towers, and like that's really tedious.
That's true.
It's just like you gotta unlock the map. It's just like
that's true. That's true.
Just let me just play the game, please.
Yeah.
But I mean, combat is great. It's like Arkham games, but I felt like you had to be more attentive to things, like, and especially off-screen enemies, which makes things a lot more complicated. And there's a really good combo system. I love that you can like do aerials and then like scoop people up and keep the aerial. Like you just can combo forever, and it just feels kind of like a character action game.
Yeah,
which is something I adore. I love that kind of stuff.
The gadgets, I kept swapping between gadgets and then using the environment as well. It's good.
Spider-Man is such a good boy to play as, man.
It's good.
God,
it's good.
And the suit powers are really fun too.
Yep.
They did a great job with all that stuff. Wow. You know, that is the only game this year that I beat.
I checked my phone. Like, I thought that was
I'm sorry. I thought it was on silent. I feel really bad about that. I beat it, and I immediately was like, all right, I got to play through it again, right?
Yeah. I didn't 100% it, and it was mainly because the crimes near the end, there were a lot of crimes, because it added in the Sable bad guys and the Mask bad guys and regular
guys.
And the warehouses. So I was like, there were just a lot of those at the end, but I did it to a point where I felt satisfied.
Yeah, I that's a game for me because I've booted up every time they put out DLC, and I'm just like, I'm still at like 98, 99%. Right. Why don't I just do it? Just like it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
But it was solid all the way through. Such a good experience.
I was so blown away.
Good build up to the ending, like leading to the. It's not the climax, but like the it's not Arkham, but the Arkham Break equivalent, where they
the Prison Break.
Yeah, Prison Break, when they all escape. And I mean, I don't think that's a spoiler because that was like in a trailer, like that was like a big reveal.
That was like one of the first reveals of that game was them playing through
all these villains are in here.
Yeah.
And so just that, and then those fights were awesome. It was just really good.
I felt like the game could have used more of that.
But that's true, especially in the beginning 2/3.
Yeah, the beginning's pretty light, like when you look at the big picture things. But like, gosh dang, dude, that back half of that game is incredible. Incredible.
It's true. It just very solid experience. It shows like those two for me show like, hey, you can have a AAA game, and even though they have this stuff that they totally didn't need, and I do wish they kind of thinned out some of the complicity, whatever the word, you know what I'm saying, complicatedness of it. They were just
complexity is the word you were looking
that
for.
You're right. Yeah.
I used my brain. I had to think about that while you spoke.
They were solid all the way through. Very, very good experiences. I was gonna transition if you're ready to.
Oh, I'm ready, dude.
Let's talk Nintendo.
Oh, okay. Sure.
You're like, I'm ready. Oh, okay. Well, the Nintendo, whatever. Because
I don't have a lot of Nintendo.
Well, and that's kind of what I was gonna say. Other than Smash, which we were gonna, we waited until now to do this cast because we wanted Smash to come out so we could have opinions on Smash. Other than that, I think Nintendo had a pretty lean year.
Very light.
And the ones that were okay, the more I've played them, the more I'm like, ugh, they kind of are not great.
I don't even.
Just for example, Super Mario Party, right?
Oh, I didn't play it.
Yeah, so I got it because I thought it'd be good with friends, and it was. I actually ended up playing probably like 25 hours of Super Mario Party just with friends. But the more I played it, the more I'm like, this game has a lot of flaws. Like, it's a game where if you play 1 hour and 1 hour only, you'll think it's a phenomenal Mario Party game. But, But if you play it for 25 hours, like, there's no way to speed up or skip any dialogue or things that you've seen before. So when you're playing a Mario Party mode for the 12th time, you can't skip ahead, and like everything's really slow. There's a lot of slow animations, and it just really drags on and on.
Oh man, that's a bummer to hear.
Yeah, because like the mini games are phenomenal. They're probably the best part Just they're really creative the way they use the Joy-Cons and stuff. But
nice.
But yeah, just there's like other stuff bogging it down. That just I don't know. The more I played it, I'm like, ugh.
That game was like kind of on my radar for like a little bit, but as soon as I heard that there's no online like full board game play,
that's a big
problem. I was just like, it's got to go.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a kitty cat, y'all. What do you think of Mario Party?
Can you hear it purring?
Oh, I didn't
okay. I thought you'd hear that purr. But another one was Mario Tennis Aces, which I thought was.
I didn't play. Dude,
Garbo.
I can talk. I just want to throw Steven. Oh wait, what's his name? Wizzle what over under the freaking bus. He talked me into buying that game. Him and Raz.
Yeah.
They never played it with me once. I bought that game. And I'm just like, well, it's going back to the game store, dude.
I bought it digitally. Yeah. I can't return it, but like I played like 1-2 hours and was like, this was a mistake. Why did I get this? This is awful. Oh. I tried like to salvage it by playing with friends and like, no, it'll be fun and with multiplayer, but even then it's not at all. I could never just get it down like again, like talking about complexity, they kind of like complicated up the mechanics a bit.
Really? I heard it had a lot of like interesting features and stuff, but
and like I guess if I figured it out, but I just could not. I could not get a hold of it, and it was super lean, almost nothing to it.
Yeah. Well, I heard it's a huge improvement over the last game, but
I guess
it's not really saying a whole lot.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of Nintendo games I played. I just completely forgot about them. Mm-hmm. Did you play any of the Let's Go Pokemon games?
No, so that's one that I didn't want to buy for myself, but I asked for it for Christmas. So like we'll see.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't want to invest any of my own money into it. But I think if I got it for free, I would enjoy it more, which sounds ridiculous. But
I'd be really curious to hear like what you think about it because like I enjoyed that game quite a bit, but it is so different from your regular Pokemon affair. It's like it became my games like I'm gonna play this for like an hour as I go to sleep, like watching TV.
Right.
Because if I wanted to like mainline that game and just fly through it, I'd get so bored.
It seems like, just from what I've seen, the goal of that game is the polar opposite of when I play Pokemon. Because when I play Pokemon, it's building the best team and beating the Elite Four, but that is just not at all. Like, the goal is catch everything. Catch as much as you can.
Yeah, catching is all about...
That's totally not how I play.
Yeah, Pokemon. It's kind of weird, because, like, catching nets experience for everybody, your party. And, like, the thing I've kind of devised on my own is, like, I don't catch a whole lot of Pokemon, so I'm kind of, like, under-leveled for every fight.
Right.
And it actually becomes pretty hard, like the fights do. And that's been pretty fun. And, like, the fights are still Pokemon fights. There's just, like, no Pokemon abilities or anything like that. So, like, it's still a pretty good time. And I think the graphics and everything look really good. Music is fantastic. It's a good package. It's just not remarkable. It's not really what I want.
A Gen 1 remake, like, interests me insanely. Like, I would be all over that if it was a modern, like, take on Gen 1. And I feel like I would enjoy it if I just had to mentally tell myself, hey, the goal of this game is different. Like, go in knowing that, hey, catch Pokemon instead. That's the goal. Try to catch them all instead of just having a gnarly team. Because literally when I play Pokemon, like, I get 6 that I think are the best and then just build them, and that's it. Like, that's just how I play. So, I don't know.
I mean, you can still do that, and I think the cool thing about that game is, like, it's kind of forced me to use different Pokemon because the one I caught was garbage, and you could tell immediately if they're garbage. And you're like, okay, well, I'll just try this dude. And you're gifted Pokemon a lot, so, like, the gifted Pokemon are always, like, top marks. So it's interesting in that, like, it allows you to experience the game in a different way.
Right.
They do a really good job with, like, story and cutscenes. Like, it feels like the most... developed in that regard, and I think that's been really fun. It kind of feels like you're playing like as Ash in the Pokemon anime in some ways, because Jesse and James in there, and they're just awful.
Right.
It's awesome. It's a really good time. I've been really enjoying it, but as soon as Smash came out, it fell on the
and
wayside.
It's like I said, like I'm not writing it off completely. I think if I do end up getting it, I probably will get something out of it. It's just it's just one that from what I'd seen, I didn't want to just invest in it right away. It might be something I'll wait on.
Yeah, it's a very very chill experience.
Right. Which is not bad. Like that's just different. Just
it's
very
like
different.
A solid C. You know, not offensive at all. Still a good time.
Right. Right.
And I think in a similar regard, that's how I feel about Octopus Traveler. I don't know if you played that.
I've not played that. No.
That game is really cool. Great graphics, great music. Biggest problem I have with that game is you collect this huge party of characters, right? 8 people. You can collect and they're all set up in their own like little pass, and you go to one to one, and you all form this great party. And the thing I want out of that game is you build this party and they're all interacting together. Right. They don't do that. They just have their own story. So like they only interact with people from their story, like people you encounter from their story. And it's just like you guys completely missed the point of like a good RPG. Like you want to have the party interacting as well as like a story that interacts with everybody. And I just feel so let down by that because it's got such a cool combat system and everything else. It's just like I was just like there's nothing here for me. Like I don't want to play it just for combat. Like
that is kind of funny. You're right, and it almost seemed like they sold it that way. That like Octopath, it's 8 paths. They will. But
I think the reason why they push it so hard is because it's 8 stories in one. Right. And it's just like, yeah, that's cool. Weird, I guess I'd rather just have 8 cool guys. You know.
You'd think there would be some connection with it. The art style, I think, drew everyone in, and it's like, whoa, and people played the demo,
they nailed that.
And they're like, this is cool, but and I've also heard great things about it. It's got awesome music. Like, do you follow GameScore Fanfare?
Yeah.
He just did a video, and 8-bit music theory. Shoot. They did like a joint thing. They both released videos on it yesterday, and but yeah, the music in that game is really good. Is my point.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, and so, but I didn't end up getting it. The older I get, man, RPGs are really hard for me to get into.
It's hard, dude.
It's just a big commitment.
And like if there's like one huge issue with one, it's just like, man, I don't want to invest. I don't want to invest in this.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Smash though, because so that just came out. Give me what's the Perrydactyl show 1-sentence Smash Bros review?
Yo, it's pretty hype, dude.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm just genuinely like just so impressed by that. Like they did a great job of like just getting so many dudes, all these characters together, 78, 79, whatever. Yeah. So many guys, and they all have fanfare within the game. There's so many like little like send-offs, so much stuff. It's really, really impressive. And then on top, it is just a better version of the last Smash movies.
Right.
Like it just feels so much better to play. I have yet to put it down this past weekend. I just played that game, man. I was just like, I'm all in, and I haven't been all in on a game in a while.
Yeah.
And I was really, I'm still really impressed. Like, the more I play the game, I'm like, wow, this is really cool. This character's really cool. This blah blah blah, blah. Yeah, everything. It's a great game.
Even if you're not a fan of Smash, you have to acknowledge just the massive undertaking that is.
Yeah.
To pull something off of that scale.
Yeah, and I think that's a level of that game that no other game has ever reached before. Right. And if you're not a fan of fighting games or Smash Bros, it's a reason to check out the game because it's so huge and epic in its entirety that it's just like, well, you know, maybe it's got something in there for me, and I think that's really cool.
There's I love the newcomers. Like K. Rool is my new bae.
Dude, K. Rool is busted,
amazing,
dude.
And I love it. And it makes me realize, like, I'm glad that there's kind of someone there for everyone, like kind of what you were saying. Like, I think even if you're like, I don't care about Fire Emblem, why is there 14 Fire Emblem characters? Like, there's a character from everything, so you're gonna get someone that you love. And so for me, having like a K. Rool that's like been a dream character for me. Like, I'm glad that they have enough of that it kind of feels like everyone could have that character.
Yeah, like the newcomers aren't. There's not as many newcomers in this game as past games.
Right.
But I think what they did with their newcomers are so baller that everybody's just like, Ridley's in the game? Seriously, I thought he was too big!
Yeah, I know.
Stuff like that. Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And it's all well done, like done super well. And I think another facet of the game that's really cool, if you're a big Smash Bros. Fan, you're hoping that your character gets better. And I'd say almost every character in that game is very playable and pretty freaking fun to play as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, DK is probably my main for, like, every game. And he's pretty trash garbage because he's just slow.
Right.
And he's still very big and slow, but they made him, like, so much more fun to play.
Yeah.
Everything's big, sweeping attacks, and he's just a blast.
Well, and it kind of, and maybe it's just me, but if it kind of, because there's so many options for characters, it encourages you to not stick with your same ones that you've always done. Like, so I always mained Ike in Brawl. Like, Ike was always my go-to. Great. And so I played, I finally got Ike, and I was like, yes, now I have my main. But, like, playing him now, I'm like, but there's also so many other good ones. Like, I don't have to just stick with this guy. There's so many other good characters to play with.
Dude, that's exactly how I felt, because I got DK right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then, like, way down the line, like a few days ago, I unlocked Incineroar.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even on my radar, dude. I played that boy, and he's a professional wrestler Pokemon. So good. And he's so hype, dude. I'm just
when
like,
he throws people into the ropes is just the best thing ever. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, man. Good game. Good game.
It's so good.
What do you think of World of Light?
I was going to ask about World of Light. So, because we talked just briefly on Twitter about it. At first, I was hesitant. And I think it was only because there's a ton of spirits that I have no idea where they're from or who they are or what the heck game. Like, because when I found out it does tell you what game they're from when you very first click on the spirit, it says from the blah 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 series. Even then, it's like from the Shinshi Gamdinzi series, and I'm like, what? I don't even then I have no clue what this character is. So I like World of Light. Okay, let me rephrase. It made me appreciate World of Light when I fought spirits that I knew very well.
Yes.
And then you're like, this is awesome! So I'm fighting the DK animal buddies. Like, I'm fighting freaking Squitter, and I'm fighting Squawks, and I'm fighting Ungard. And
dude, did you do the Chino fight yet, man?
No, I did not. I have not found that yet.
The Geno fight's really cool. Basically,
have you seen the... Well, sorry. Finish what you're saying about Geno.
I was just gonna say they make you fight the party from Mario RPG.
Oh, that's amazing!
It's so well done. I'm just like, are you serious? And it's kind of like you're the big bad boss fighting all the party. It's really cool.
And what I was just gonna say is there's a DK world. Did you find the DK?
Yeah, dude, it's really good.
So that whole section, for those that don't know, and I mean, I guess it's like a spoiler, but it's just really fun. There's the little portals in World of Light that are dedicated to different games. So there's a Street Fighter world in one of the portals. There's a Donkey Kong portal. There's a Bowser's Castle portal. And so the DK one is World 1 of DKC 1, and you go down the map just like he does in Jungle Japes.
And it plays out the exact same way with the music and everything.
And I knew, because I was like, okay, this one, so it's leading to Funky. So I'm like, I bet I'll fight Funky. And I go, and you're fighting Funky Kong. And oh, well, that's Candy's save spot. Yep, I'm fighting Candy now. And like... the whole time I had a giant smile on my face the whole time.
Yeah, I think that was the moment for World of Light for me. I was just like, they're really going for it. This is really cool.
So when you know the ins and outs of a spirit of the character you're fighting, you understand the detail they put in for it, because to make it as close as they could with the characters they have to that character. So the random ones that I have no connection to, I'm like, okay, it's a fun fight or whatever. But the ones that you realize they did that with like 1,000 spirits, and that's just wild.
It's so, like, I think that's the coolest thing about World of Light is, like, they put up all these impossible moments, things they could never actually fit into Smash Bros.
Yeah.
But they fit it, they cobble it with what they do have, and it is really well done.
Yeah.
And it's so good. The music and everything, it's just,
well,
it's beautiful.
It's just an extension of that homage to games. Like Smash Bros. Itself is supposed to be a celebration of gaming. Now that they have non-Nintendo characters, it's just a celebration of everything. And World of Light is just like that even more. Like just everything, because it's the music. Seriously, like you said, everything. And so it really is a Smash Ultimate in that they tried to reach as far as humanly possible to bring just as much different games represented.
Yeah, and like that's even without saying like they're the DLC characters are seemingly like reaching for things nobody ever expected. Like I didn't think Persona would get a rep. Like that really is wild.
I really did not. Persona was a huge shock to me, and there's real serious talk about Undertale, which is blowing my mind, because that's same thing. Like to me, Undertale, Persona is on the level of Goku. Like, get out of here.
Yeah,
that's
it's absurd. It's like,
so
why are you in my
absurd.
Smash Bros?
But there's real, like, people are like, Toby Fox is meeting in Japan with Nintendo reps. Sakurai has talked about that he loves Undertale. Like, there's like real, actual things that
your chat right now, just like Kiryu from Yakuza. And if that happens, I'm gonna make a video, post on Twitter. I'm just screaming, dude. That's what's gonna happen, because that is unreal.
But the thing, like they're broadening the scope of what you could possibly imagine. So like,
I'm
Sora Goku, as stupid as that sounds to me, is possible now.
It's
like
possible.
Literally anything's possible.
DBZ games, man.
They could have freaking Superman. Like they could have freaking anything, and at this point you just go, Sakurai's a madman. That's all you can say.
There's a Marvel game coming to the Switch next year. They could put Iron Man in Smash Bros.
Nothing is impossible anymore. Like now, especially Persona, you're like, anything is possible. So I have no idea. I'm still hoping for a Banjo, and I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like it would be such a waste of opportunity if we didn't get Banjo, dude.
I mean, because that's what I thought about Geno as well, though, and so it's like, because now once we had Ridley and K. Rool, I'm like, they're going down the list. They're going down the list.
They're going
of most requested, and so I thought for sure we were getting a Geno. I thought for sure we're getting a Banjo, and we still might. That's just the weird thing now, is like it's just literally anything is possible. The can of worms is open to anything.
I'll never forget when they announced Cloud for the last game. That was just like,
I know.
What? You could put Cloud in that? He's never even been on a Nintendo before. What?
I know.
So I think it's really exciting.
It is exciting. It's exciting, and I don't know. It's kind of cool because no other game really has that. Like
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like there's no that excitement in people. Like
it's such a celebration of everything gaming that like the potential for it is just limitless, and I think that is the most fun thing about it.
Yeah,
nothing else has that.
Nothing else has that. Are you familiar with Relax-A-Lax?
What?
A YouTuber, Relax-A-Lax.
No.
He's a big on Smash Bros and stuff, but he called Joker
really
a year ago, so he's flipping out and stuff. But I just was laughing and smiling at his reaction of it, because like just no other game can produce that. Like the hype,
so awesome.
The hype of a character that you've wanted and it's in Smash Bros. Like there's just no other comparison to that.
Yeah,
there's no like
it's really cool.
So I don't know.
It's awesome.
It's great, and it is. It's just a very fun game. Playing with friends is as fun as ever. They nixed a few modes, but I don't really miss them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. In comparison to the scale of how huge it is.
Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that I wish I could do online, like I don't remember there's a team like gang battle thing, like you pick a team of dudes.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to do online. There's another one where like you keep picking characters from the roster until there's no characters. That'd be cool to do online.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some things here and there, and the online's not perfect.
Right.
Especially when you want to like do not against friends online.
Mm-hmm.
like you can't pick exactly what you want, which is kind of frustrating.
Right.
But I think, all things said and done, it's very, very solid.
Yeah, it just kind of makes up for it. Like, because that's how I felt about, like, oh, there's no, home run contest, or there's no break the targets. But, like...
Is there really no home run contest?
I know. And so it's like... Because that was my thought, too. Like, oh, like, it'd be cool with these newcomers. I would love to see how far K. Rool can hit. But you just look at the whole thing, and you're like, this package is beautiful. I literally just I can't complain. So, it's freaking good, man. It's a real good game. That's up there. It's up there as one of... I didn't say this live yet. I'm not going to officially announce a game of the year for me because I do the snow globes at the end of the year, which get hyped about that. That's coming in a couple weeks.
Yeah!
2018 snow globes. So I go through the games that I enjoyed most and do a game of the year. So I won't officially name that yet, but I will say that Smash Bros. Is up there. It's one of the best this year. It's phenomenal.
That was the game I feel like I've been waiting on, you know?
Yeah.
And when it came out, I was just like, it felt so surreal because like it just was the ultimate package. It's great.
You know what's crazy is it was announced this year.
Yeah.
Like they literally did a reveal trailer this year. I don't remember when it was. It wasn't like January. It was like freaking April.
Yeah, something like that.
Like just that quickly this game came out.
It's crazy, dude. Well, I mean, no, I won't talk about it because I don't want to get people mad. But very good game, and I'm just so glad that we have it.
Yeah.
Like I think this having a good Zelda, having a good Mario is what you need to sell your system.
Yep.
And they've done it.
Yeah.
So good on them.
Lewis brought up Monster Hunter World. Did you play Monster Hunter this year?
Can we change the topics?
Are you done? I didn't know. I kind of
no. I played it. I played more of it on the PS4 than I did on PC.
I did too. I didn't play it on PC at all.
Killed my motivation so quickly, that game did.
So, I really liked it at first, and I really was into it for a good bit because this was the first one that I felt accessible to. Like the other ones were always really overwhelming to me, and I know that a lot of people talk about that, and the series is really hard to get into and all that stuff. World was very inviting, and so I was on board. Like I beat whatever. Like I entered high rank. Like I just got to the part where now I've unlocked high rank, and that was kind of where I fell off. And so
same.
But up to that point, it was really good. It was really good, and I can't explain exactly why I gave up. It was more just that once it started repeating monsters and it got to a point where it just got kind of repetitive to me, where like I'm just doing the same combos over and over on this guy, and I could have like switched up my weapon or whatever.
Right.
I'm totally not even saying that it's like bad of the game or anything. It's just for me, once it started, it's like these kind of just feel like beefier versions of the guys I already fought. So
yeah, it's kind of hard to put my thumb on like what made me fall off of it too.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of it was like I had so many friends like waiting to get it for PC, so like
there was
a slimmer market of people to play with.
That's true.
And then when the PC came out, I was just like, man, I just don't really want to play this right now, and like I felt like I missed the market on that as well. So like I don't know. I think that game's like easily the best Monster Hunter I've ever played.
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff in that game that's fantastic. It just didn't hook me, and I hate saying that because I know some people, Lewis, really like that game, and it's a bummer. I wish I could like it more, but it's just.
And I think it's kind of like I was climbing the mountain and I just didn't quite get over the edge of it yet. Like I feel like if I got right over that edge, I would have plunked 100 hours into it.
Yeah.
But I just was at where the slope is the hardest, and I just couldn't quite get over it. And so, because there were some end game monsters that looked really cool, and I'm like, I would totally love to get to that point. And if I played more with friends, like you said, that probably would have helped. And I feel bad too because I know Lewis always said like that offer's open. Like I will hunt day and night with you, which we love you. Lewis.
That's why I feel bad talking about.
We love you, Lewis. We love you.
Lewis, you're great, man.
But yeah, there was a period where I was really liking it, and I was in the groove, and I felt good and accomplished every monster I got. There were a few things, and I did a whole video about it, obviously, that there were just a few things that annoyed me about it that I just kind of fell off. But it's still a good game. Like, there, you know, I definitely cannot say, like, you like that game? Like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that is a very good game, just not something I loved, I guess.
Right, yeah. Well, okay. Shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move.
I was gonna briefly. This can just be a very short topic, but ports this year. There've been a lot of HD remakes and ports.
Many. So many.
Yeah, so I mean, just off the top of my head, you have Shadow of the Colossus HD, Tropical Freeze with Funky Mode, Dark Souls Remastered, Spyro Reignited.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of remakes and ports. Tropical Freeze was Funky Mode seriously made that game good, from great to phenomenal. Yeah. Like, it was already good. It was a little on the hard side, so Funky made it like really accessible.
And
to new people, and speedrunning. I mean, seriously,
nuts with it.
It's someone else brought up too, Katamari Reroll.
I haven't played it.
I haven't played it either. I know, and so I need to get that one for sure, because I've never played Katamari Damacy, and I know, and I've seen
Katamari's
it.
So much fun, dude.
Like, I've seen, Game Grumps play it. Like, I've seen it and all that. So like, I know what I'd be getting into, and I definitely want to play it. I really, really do. I just haven't yet.
You should stream that game.
That would be a very good stream game. I agree. Yeah. So, but yes. So all those were good. Spyro really blew me away. I had never. Have you played?
I could talk about that game,
please do,
because I streamed it and I was so impressed by the game.
Reignited?
I've never played Spyro before.
Yeah, me either. Me either.
Spyro experience. I was like, this is so quality. Holy cow.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't believe it either. And I had played Spyro, but I only owned 3, and I only played like 2 hours of it. So very, very, very limited.
Yeah.
But enough that, so most of this was brand new to me. And same, holy cow, dude, I was blown away by the quality.
It's a really just like lighthearted, fun, easygoing game.
Good. It's a good collectathon.
Yeah, dude. And that is such a good stream game too. Like, you're just like hanging out with the chat, just picking up stuff and burning pigs or whatever.
It's good.
I think what's cool about the game is like that and like Crash were like 2 big PlayStation things for me that like I just never played, and like seeing them remade and brought forward and presented in such a great way is really awesome.
Yeah. I enjoyed it much more than Crash, and
yeah, I did too.
They both are fine, but Spyro I really got into, like, to the point that I was like, these are really well made games. Like, the fact that it's just a remake, not a new game, shows how good the quality was back then. That they hold up.
That I feel the exact same way, because like there's something about the Crash gameplay for me that's like, it's got like Donkey Kong difficulty.
Yeah.
But like there's also some jank and weirdness to it. I'm just like,
I agree.
But Spyro is just clean.
Yeah.
And it's just super good.
Very clean.
Super solid.
With a new coat of paint, it feels like a new game. Like, it's just crazy.
The lighting and textures and everything, just so crisp, so clean. I love that game.
I tweeted about this, and I won't go into it too deep because I may do a video on it. But but collectathons, I feel like, just do better in smaller, compact doses. Yeah. So
when
these
you do big open worlds, it gets too messy, man.
Yeah. So these Spyro levels that you're in and out in like 15 minutes. But it just feels so good to just like, I did it. Boom, I completed everything in that world. I got 100%. And it does that like flashy, boom, 100% completed. Yeah. You did it. Like, on the bottom of the screen, it just is awesome. It just feels really good. Spyro felt more like a proper remake, while Crash felt more like an HD port.
That's an interesting take.
It's hard to say, and just because we don't know the original games to really know, so I can't speak to the originals.
I can't really comment on that.
I just think it feels better. It feels much better. Crash felt like it still had the jankiness to me, like you said. Oh, they changed a few things, like the physics of Crash was different or whatever.
I just remembered another port that was really good. I don't know if it came out. I think it came out this year.
Which one?
I don't know. Yakuza Kiwami, which is just a remake. It's literally a remake of the PS2 game, the very first Yakuza game.
I didn't know that.
They did an outstanding job of that. Which I I don't know if you've played any of those series.
I've never played any of them. Was Zero last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I haven't played 2, and I forgot to pick it up, so
okay.
I don't have it. The Yakuza 0 did so well that they're bringing everything forward for PS4, which is awesome because there's so many good games.
I think so. For a while, I felt like remakes. Like, why are we just going and remaking the old stuff? But we're kind of at a point now where these older ones are harder to find, harder to play.
Yeah.
Outdated systems. Like, it makes sense. I think it's really cool that we're, especially like in the case of Spyro, where it's like we just never had a chance to do it. So it's cool to do it in a new way that like feels like a new game.
But you're also making it. You're putting a new clean paint on there.
Exactly.
And it's like a whole new. It's pretty much a whole new game based off the old stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the Kiwami game so much, because they used Yakuza 0 and they made the old game with it. Yep. It's like, this is how you do a port forward, you know?
Yeah.
So it was good stuff.
Yeah. Shadow of the Colossus. I never beat it, but now I did in the HD one, and it was just good. It was good.
Oh man, that came out, dude.
Yeah,
wow, I forgot.
That's what I'm saying. That's another one. It came out earlier in the year, and kind of got overlooked just because, I mean, remakes and ports in general, right? Like, they're going to be kind of a niche audience a little bit.
My bad, Chris.
But Dark Souls Remastered was generally frowned upon from what I'd heard. I never got it, but
I bought the Switch one, and it's pretty solid. Like, it runs really well in handheld
and that's
mode,
what I think.
All I want.
I think all that people said is, with DS Fix, it's the same thing. So, like, if you already had it on PC, it's fine. But, like, I agree. Like, what I told people is, if you've never played it before, get it.
Yeah,
you know.
Totally.
I wish personally they had done Demon Souls Remastered.
That'd be really cool.
Because Demon Souls was only on PS3. Now the servers are shut down. So, like, that made more sense to me to remaster than Dark Souls, which is still relatively new. So.
Yeah.
But whatever. I can't complain that much. What else, Perry? What's on your list? Let's talk about one of your hypest games.
So the rest of the games on my list are relatively indie games, but I'll talk about the least indie of them.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play Mega Man 11 at all?
I played the demo.
Dude, that demo does not do that game justice, because that game is solid.
That's good, because I did not like the demo.
I didn't like the demo either.
Yeah.
And if Lewis is still here, he can account for this. He was talking about it in one of my streams I was doing. He was just talking about it in the chat. And I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
And top to bottom, one of the best Mega Man games I've ever played. It is incredible.
If I gave it a fair shake, I feel like I would like it. The gear system, I think, seemed cool, and it kind of felt like you need to get that down to have the best experience.
Yeah. And I think that's what elevates it from a Mega Man game to a new Mega Man game.
Right.
Because, like, forget about the power gear. It's stupid.
Right.
The speed gear is the coolest thing about the game.
Right.
It's like taking... Oh, man, I don't even know. It's like taking Banjo-Kazooie and then giving bullet time to shoot your stuff better. And it's just like, whoa, you took a game that needed, like, really good precision and doubled it over.
Right.
Like, it's super cool.
And that's what I was saying, because, like, there's one enemy that spins really fast, and there's a tiny hole that you have to shoot in to hit him. And so it's like, it's made around, hey, you got to use that speed gear to really get it in.
You could do that normally if you are good at the game.
Right.
But you could cheese it out by using the speed gear.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Oh, Chris made a good point. It's like Bleed. Did you play Bleed? It's like that arcade shooter. It's an indie game. It has essentially a bullet time mode too. So yeah, it's a lot like that. That's a really good point.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I feel like if I gave it a fair shake, it would have been.
It's got really good level. Like, what's crazy about the game to me is the levels are like twice as long as your normal Mega Man game. So they offer a variety of level design and stuff, and it's really fun, really creative. Some of them are not as great as others,
sure.
But for the most part, really, really good. And I think on top of all of that, the Robot Master fights are the best in the series. They're just so over the top and amazing.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like that, because before they're just a fight, where these are like
just a fight.
They transform and they do like it seemed like they did a lot with it.
And like to that, they kind of looked at Shovel Knight, to me at least, and were like, okay, well, you don't need the weakness to beat guys.
Yeah,
like you can use other people's powers and still win, which is great because you're not gonna always know the order to fight all the bosses.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool.
It's really good. If you do end up getting it, kill the ice guy because he gives you the best power.
Yeah, it seems weird to say. Like, I feel like I should be a big Mega Man guy. I'm not a huge Mega Man guy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I should be, but I'm just not. I'm not as hyped for it as a lot of other people are. But I mean, it seemed like it was well received. Like, the fans of it loved it.
I'm a huge Mega Man guy.
Yeah.
And I was super apprehensive about this game.
Right.
Like, even to the point where like I played the demo and I was just like,
yeah,
I don't know. And then, talked to Lewis about it. I was like, yeah, all right, I'll give it a try. And I really, really enjoyed the game. I can't that is one of my favorite games this year for sure.
That's cool. Chat's bringing up a ton, dude. They're bringing up all these ones that we didn't even think about. Sea of Thieves, Celeste, Deltarune. Did you play Deltarune?
Yeah! Deltarune was very good.
Deltarune was very good. That's it. That's all we need to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to talk about.
It's a demo, it made me laugh because some people were like, Deltarune like came and went. People weren't as it wasn't as big a deal as Undertale, but I'm like, it's just a demo. Like, obviously, like when the real full thing comes out, it's gonna be a big deal. This was just a demo.
Well, yeah, I mean, the upsetting thing about that though is like he doesn't know if that's actually gonna come together. You know?
Yeah.
Because like it's like, well, because he released that and like he's just like, well, here it is. Here's what I got. Here's a sample of what the game.
Uh-oh.
Super solid.
Yeah. I had a lag in Perry for a second. You're good.
Am I good?
Yeah,
okay.
You're good.
I don't know, man. Like I really, really enjoyed that game. It was just more Undertale, but different. And he did a great job.
It was, in terms of like sequel to Undertale, very, very good. Combat was great. Yeah. It was just
Party system was super solid.
Everything's color now. Like, yeah. Super good. I really liked it a lot. Celeste. Let's talk about Celeste. Did you play Celeste?
I did play Celeste, didn't beat it.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. I just got distracted by too many other things.
Very good game. But but I could see it being like, because we talk about games like this a lot. It can be frustrating. Like, it could be one that, did you feel like it was too much, or did you like it?
I played it when it first came out, and I was just like, well, I'm just not in the mood, so I just put it down, and I never picked it up. And then, like, I think I played it a few months back, and I got to the hotel. I got past the hotel.
Right.
I was like, whoa, this game's really going places. Mm-hmm. And then something else came out, or I got distracted by something else, and I just haven't picked it up again. I really enjoy that game. It's got some of the coolest platforming I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I think the difference between that and Mega Man for me is that it's got really good platforming, but the combat in Mega Man is just super satisfying to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It ended up being one of my favorite games of the year for sure. Maybe just because of the amount of content. There's so much in that game. Because it just keeps going, and there's the B-sides.
I wouldn't even know that.
Right. I mean, there's it's honestly the Super Meat Boy in terms of like it just keeps going forever. There's so much to do in that game. So there's hidden secrets in it. There's more to unlock. Like you find the extra alternate stages, and then it unlocks the final last level. And they're just, you beat the game, and then there's like double the game afterward for if you you want more. Oh, at least.
Wow.
I might have spent more time after beating it than in the original.
That's wild. I didn't realize that.
There's so much to that game. So much.
I'll come back to it eventually. I
definitely recommend that you do. And as they're saying in chat, like the OST, the music.
Oh my god.
The
music is so good.
So good.
So good.
You heard that Donkey Kong remix, right? Like
dude.
That's the best. Yeah. It's so good.
There's Celeste stuff in Smash Bros. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Keep your eyes out.
I gotta keep my peepers open, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I won't spoil it for you because it's kind of cool.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I think another indie game I kind of want to talk about.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Donut County?
Yes. Speaking of Katamari, like, dude.
Dude, that is the anti-Katamari,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. It was really good. I really liked Donut County a lot. It was short, but it was very enjoyable.
That was a game that I had no interest in playing. I heard
Right.
everybody saying, "Oh, it is so funny, it's so cool, whatever," and I was just like, yeah, whatever. And then I played it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cool and
so
funny.
Good.
I love it.
Yeah. Speaking of like a chill stream game, that's a very good chill stream
game.
For
sure. For sure.
That was a good one. I wish it got more notice because it was a very enjoyable experience.
That game, this game's totally on like my list because like I played that game with friends and like experiencing the game with other people in the room is completely different because they're just like, what? I just eat things. I put things in a hole. That's the game.
Yeah.
And like seeing that whole experience.
Yeah. No, it's so true. Like that. I don't know. There was something about it. Like just it's a very simple mechanic and that's it. But like, they still made it. It was very satisfying to do that, to suck it up in your whole levels and get them more. In the first like 2 minutes, you're sucking up mountains. Because each level because I think it is the anti-Katamari what you're saying, because like Katamari takes a while to grow. You really gotta like little by little get the small things and grow bigger. This like each level's like 1-2 minutes, so like you grow really fast, and it just introduced some really cool mechanics and stuff.
I love that game.
I did really enjoy that.
I do gotta ask, man, did you like BK or do you think he's a bad person?
That's a good question. Well, by the end, right? Like, good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy.
I think he was a good guy through and through, man. I don't know what everybody's talking about.
He's hilarious in the game because he's like I'm helping people. Like, why are you mad at me?
I'm just delivering donuts. People love donuts.
Chaotic neutral is what they're saying.
Yeah, man.
Chaotic neutral. Yeah. No, he's likable no matter what. Like even if it's like he's doing terrible things,
the two main characters are very, very likable.
Yeah,
very fun.
Yeah,
that's just a really and like again great music, very chill, very like hip hop,
very good music,
very very good music. That I was just blown. Like I remember I showed that game to my brother over Thanksgiving break, and he was just like, "Whoa, this is something I would have never ever been on my radar."
Yeah,
and he beat it in an afternoon. He's like, "That was really good."
It's totally one of those, like we were talking earlier about, shorter, but just the whole thing is so good from start to finish, and the ending is amazing.
Low poly graphics are really cool.
Yeah. Speaking of good music, The Messenger, dude.
The Messenger's got some pretty dang good music, dude.
I'm curious about what you think about The Messenger, because I know we definitely talked about it. Did you end up beating it or getting further? Because we've talked about it. The Messenger was one of my favorites of the year. It was phenomenal. Talk to me about your experience.
So I remember you pretty much told me about it. Like I didn't even know that game was coming out, and you were like, "Hey, this game's really cool."
We were talking about surprises earlier. Yeah. It was like the biggest surprise for sure.
Yeah, and I remember looking at the trailer and then trying to make heads or tails of it.
Yeah.
And then playing the game was like, what the heck is this game?
Right.
Because I was just like, yeah, Ninja Gaiden's cool, I guess.
It starts out very just like, this is what it is. That's it. You know?
I think my problem with the game is it takes way too long to get there.
It does. That's true. That is true.
I think the Metroidvania aspect of the game is all right.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why I fell off of the game.
A lot of people feel that way, actually. There are some that I've talked to where they were in the whole way through, and I was one of those. But a lot of people actually felt that way. That like the switch was cool, and like the fact the catch you off guard switch was very unique, but the execution afterward could have been better. Yeah. So and I will totally attest that my biggest flaw with it was that they should have had a better fast travel system once you've already
dude,
once you've already been through areas. Bad. Yeah. Because there's only like 6 portals in the whole game. what they should have done is unlocked something, or even just from the start had the ability to go to any shop. That would have solved everything. If they had a portal for every area, and once you clicked on it, you pick which shop on the map you wanted to start at, that would have solved every issue.
That would have been a quality of life improvement.
Yeah.
It's a bummer because like that's a game I really want to like more, but there's just some things that hold it back for me.
Yeah.
Mechanically speaking, I think the cloud jumping mechanic is amazing, dude. That is just so satisfying. So satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, if there's a character to put in Smash Bros, put this guy in, because like I want someone, you hit him, you get another jump. So like you're always going for another hit. That'd be so satisfying.
How busted would that be?
That'd be so
you
busted.
jab him and you just carry him up off the screen.
Out the next day, dude. Bayonetta,
and you just take him off the top of the screen.
But yeah, I think that within the the first 5 hours when you do that before you do the big switchover, I was just like, yeah, this is really cool, and they've done a really good job with it. And then it does a big switchover. I was like, this is still pretty cool, but then I just kind of fell off because it didn't, like, they're going for the Metroidvania thing, but it is a little sloppy in some ways. But
it definitely, like, I think it was just the shock for me that like kept me going. That was like, what is this game? What has it done? Because it, like, switching to 16-bit was at first, it was like, this is incredible. And then, because I remember just that moment of realizing that, and then I tweeted about it, and I was like, this is in the trailer! Like, they showed this, but I didn't know it. I didn't notice it. How did I not notice? And then it became a Metroidvania, and I'm like, it just felt like the never-ending bag of tricks that just kept coming out with more stuff. And so I was, I was in it through and through to the end, but I definitely see its faults a little bit, and I think it was the novelty of it. The
just like Monster Hunter World for me.
Yeah.
Right game, not for me.
Right. Looked pretty, looked beautiful, and the music was so
especially
good.
16-bit. Yeah, especially the 16-bit looked amazing, sounded amazing.
Well, because it was everything. It wasn't just the looks; it was the music and the sound effects. Everything switched to 16, which was really
that
cool.
is a lot of work.
So crazy that just the fact that you can jump through a portal and that instantly switches everything. That I just haven't seen a game do that before. It's really cool.
Very, very cool. So. They had that well, it's not really the same, but remember that Pip game?
Adventures of Pip.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's similar, but it's bad.
Yeah. Whoa, no, I agree. And that's the only thing it reminded me of. I was like, I've seen like that, but yes, it's executed 10 times, 15 times better than Pip.
Yeah. Benny, we have talked about Celeste.
Good game.
Snow like it a lot. I like it a lot too. I just never beat it.
Good game.
Yikes.
It seriously, just in terms of content for me, that it has so much in that game. It is just jam packed. The only thing that it could have had more of to like last even to today is if it had like custom levels. Like if you could take if you had a Celeste builder, so you take the elements of Celeste and construct your own levels.
That would be huge.
It would be game of the year for 10 years. Like it's insane.
I kind of feel like we're reaching a point for platformers, like if you throw that in there, the game's gonna have like legs for days.
Seriously, well, because the mechanics in it are so good, the different stuff it throws in, all the every level had a new something, right? So,
man, what if we got a Shovel Knight level editor, dude? That'd be insane.
Ooh, wow.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
I'm with you, though. I'm totally with you. What else? What else is on your list?
So this is a pretty new game that I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. It is indie as hell. Have you heard of Mutant Year Zero: Road to Eden?
No. Wow, that is a mouthful.
Yeah, Mutant Year Zero is like when I hear it.
Okay.
It came out December 4th this year. It's pretty late in the game. It's made by former Hitman and leads and designer from Payday. And essentially what it is, it's a post-apocalyptic game where it's like an adventure strategy game.
Yeah.
And the whole point of the game is you're three dudes exploring the wasteland, trying to get resources back to your little community. And it plays like XCOM, and I love those kind of games so much. And the cool thing, it's got a lot of like unique twists and stuff to it. Like you get mutation when you level up, you can use points to get mutations. Like you can you have like a duck and a pig character. You can give the
I'm surprised I haven't heard of it.
Dude, it's super under the radar, man. It's super under the radar.
Yeah.
You give the duck wings to fly, which is huge, and you could give the duck like iron skin so you could just take hits for days. It's really cool. But the thing I love about this game, dude, is like it does not play out like you're in a fight immediately. Like you're exploring environments and there's bad guys everywhere, so you could stealth. You could just avoid combat completely.
Yeah.
Or you could sneak up and try to take out dudes without like alarming everybody.
Yeah.
And like really screw them over.
Right.
It's really cool. And like it's also a huge risk because if you get caught, oh boy, it's gonna be like 20 versus 3, and that's a hard fight.
Yeah.
And yeah, like this game, this is a game I was kind of like I was peeping at from a distance for a long time now. I was like, I really hope this is good, and it came out, and I played, I don't know, like a lot of it that weekend it came out, and I was just like, wow, this is super solid. It's definitely a budget game. Like you can tell, like if they had more money, it would be a lot better in some ways. But for what it is very, very impressive.
That's how I felt about Underhero, because we talked. I know, we definitely.
Dude, I played some of that game. It's super good.
Underhero is the Paper Mario Return, like the spiritual successor. But I felt the same way, where it felt a little budget. Like if it just had the backing of something or a few more time or whatever, it could have looked really, really, really good. But I will say the ending of that game is one of the best endings I think I've ever seen in a game.
Oh, baby.
Period. Like, like kind of like The Messenger, it takes forever to get there, but if you make it to the end of Underhero blew my mind, and it was infinitely different than the whole rest of the game had been.
That's awesome. That's a game I'm really looking forward to getting some time to play.
Yeah, if you get there, talk to me about it, because holy crap, it's crazy.
I will.
So that one's really cool, and another one that similarly just kind of snuck up on me with how good it was Wander Song.
Yeah, you're the only person I know that's played that.
I know, same thing. Like it's like no one is playing that game, and so just from like the teaser, like basically all you would know about is like, oh, it's a guy that likes to sing. You don't hurt anyone in the game. It's kind of like a Undertale-esque where the whole premise is you can beat the game without killing anyone. But it's not like choice like that. It's built into the story. Like that's just your character.
Right.
Is he resolves conflict with singing and without violence. But
it's just a helpful boy.
But again, like the snuck up on me with what the heck is going on in Wander Song. Every chapter is like a different genre of game. So
what?
Yeah, I know.
What?
So I mean that's exaggerated a bit more than it really is. But in one chapter, it's an open world pirate exploration. You literally go island to island.
What?
On a pirate
That's
ship
so cool.
With a gang of pirates. The next chapter is a life sim. So there's a timer at the top, like the day of time, like 4 p.m., 5 p.m., and different things happen at different times, and you're in a city, and people are moving around in the city, and you need to do certain things at different times. Cool. And then the next chapter is a Metroidvania, and you have to climb a city, but you learn new songs that are new abilities that change.
Yo, this sounds really tight.
It's one of those things where I'm like, this is so creative, like. The chapter after that is like mildly horror game. Like it's insane that I'm like every chapter. It's kind of Paper Mario just in the fact that every chapter is super unique, super different than the last. Like it just blew me. Like it started out, I was like, this is a cool concept. Okay, the music and stuff is cool. Like I get where they're going with this. The story's really good. But then just like it's a really creative adventure game. Like it just is
that sounds really
super
cool.
Solid, memorable game. So I wish more people would play it because it just blew me away. I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Is that just a Switch game or?
It's on Switch. I got it on PC. So it's on Steam and Switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to put that on the old wish list.
Definitely check it out. It's so good. I wish more
That
people
sounds
would play it.
really interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised you didn't talk about Fighter Z.
That's my
Oh,
last
okay.
one.
Oh, okay.
Dude.
Sorry,
That's my
I
last
stole
one,
your
dude.
thunder. I'm sorry.
That's my last one,
okay,
dude.
yeah. Let's talk
that's
about it.
spoilers. That's my favorite game of the year.
Okay. Good. I should have known. Yeah, I don't know what I was talking. I was like, he's not talking about it.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to say for last because
Good.
I cannot emphasize enough how much I love that game.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a Dragon fan. The show. I'm lagging. I could tell.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
So Dragon Ball is the stuff that like got me into anime. So like I have a very strong nostalgia for it.
I'm a huge fan as well. DBZ.
Man, that game does so much good fan service. Like it's not as good as Smash Bros, but pretty dang close. But I think on top of that, they developed a game that is approachable for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But to truly master it, you have to be good at fighting games. And that is perfect for me because like that I've always wanted to get into fighting games, but I always like, fall off or struggle with it or, whatever. And this game, it has a lot of systems in place where it is complicated if you want to get good at it, sure. But like to get the base understandings of things, it is easy, it is satisfying, it is a great time, man.
So there have been a lot of Dragon Ball Z fighting games in the last, even in the last couple years. So,
yeah, totally.
So what's the difference? Because my first reaction is just visually, it's stylistically like the show. So it tries to do the
So what's cool about the graphics is I forgot what the engine is, but it is all 3D modeled, but they present it in a 2D way, which is really, really cool. And
is it cel shaded or is it like
cel shaded?
Yeah.
And that's why like when they do like impact shots and camera shifts, like you could see the whole thing without them like re-rendering things, which is really, really cool and smart. But like the big takeaway is this is a 2D fighting game. Most Dragon Ball Z games that have been released in the past 5 years or so are like those big arena fighters,
3D
like those Naruto games.
Yeah.
You can fly around and stuff. This game you can fly around and stuff, but it's all 2D. So it's more a traditional fighting game, with Dragon Ball stuff. Like you could summon Shenron, you can fly around.
It makes more sense that way too, because like I don't know why it kind of went to a 3D way, because it just makes sense as a 2D game. I don't know.
I think it plays better because like when you have all those variables that you can like shoot things, you can fly around, like it just makes it really hard to make combat good.
Yeah.
And I think this game just feels so satisfying in that like, hey, I'm gonna beat you up on the ground, and then I punch you up, I uppercut you or whatever, and then I can literally fly up and keep the combo going. Or you can interact and you can intersect that. And they keep all the keynote things like I'm gonna disappear right behind you and punch you, that kind of stuff. It's all there. All the big takeaways are there, and I think on top of that, it is just very, very satisfying to get good at.
It looked really juicy, like just everything. I mean, just insane, like flashy, super just over the top. Everything is insane.
I think I love anime fighting games now. Like I think because personally, they just have a great look, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they allow like all that juicy, meaty flavor. They could do the big explosions. They could do all the big fan service stuff.
Yeah.
And also be a great game to play. And I think that's a cool thing to take away. Like I really enjoy, say, like NetherRealm's like Mortal Kombat games or Smash Bros. But the thing about that is like the way combat works is very atypical. Like you have to like, well, I guess Mortal Kombat specifically, you have to memorize like combo strings, and that's not fun. You want to just feel it out. Like, okay, how do I react to the situation? And I feel like you could do that in a fighter game, in fighters, I should say. And it not only makes sense and looks cool, but it looks like something you'd see in the anime, which is so satisfying.
Yeah. It looked really good. I felt bad because I had just kind of like a bad experience with it. It was just we talked about it when I got it like mid-year, and it was something, it just didn't cooperate with my computer very well. I couldn't get two controllers to work. It was lagging out. Something about it just, I was like, I know this is not the experience that it should be, because I've seen like other people and they're just raving about it, and I couldn't. Something up with it. I think maybe if I got it on console, it would have ran better. So I don't know.
Dude, I actually double dipped and got it on Switch, and it works fine on Switch. So maybe try it there. I don't know. It's so bizarre.
And I could do that because I ended up refunding it, so I wouldn't feel like it was just a total waste of money if I bought it twice or something. I could get it on Switch and it would.
I mean,
run okay.
I don't think it's as good, but it's still a very good time.
Yeah.
Playing it on Switch is like, I'm not at my computer. Let me try to practice some combos.
Right. Well, I'm just happy, even though I didn't really play it, that it seems like a really good Dragon Ball Z game. Like, after seeing a lot of missteps or ones that were like, what are they doing? This was like, ooh, it's the one. This one's really good.
I think what's cool about that game, about Fighters, is that like it not only is a substantially great fighting game, but it's not just a bunch of like, hey, look, it's that character you like.
Right.
He's doing that thing with that other character you like. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
I think the story mode's pretty satisfying. But I think in any kind of fighting game, they kind of run the risk of like, hey, we're doing something new that involves all these characters, so it's a little weird. But I think it's a really great game. I cannot recommend that one. If anyone is looking to try fighting games for the first time, this is the game.
That's what I've heard more than anything else. Is it just is it's the one that a lot of people were like, this got me into fighting games, which is really cool.
That's how I feel about it, man.
Yeah. We all know the best Dragon Ball Z game from 2018, though, was the Dragon Ball Z board game, made by Snowman Gaming.
When are we going to stream that, man? I want to play it again so bad.
I've changed a lot with it, too. Like, I streamed it once with VZ and CJ and someone else, and, I think Raz, maybe? I don't know. No, Raz played with us or something. Anyway, I changed it to where like there's no like movement on the board. It's just fight to fight to fight to fight, and you can pick. Like you don't have to do all the fights. It basically just streamlined it. It made it go way faster.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so we'll have to play that again. For those that don't know in chat, I made a Dragon Ball Z board game. It's in process, and by process I mean I haven't touched it in like 8 months.
This is big brain over here. This is big brain thinking. But what if we took each fight from that game and put it into Fighters? Because I think for the most part we could do that. I think almost every character in the board game is in the Fighters. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. Hey, chat, hit us up with any questions you got. I think we're kind of at that point. I mean, we'll wrap up with if there's any other ones that we kind of thought of, but hit us up with questions or your favorite games of the year, maybe where there's some that we hadn't talked about yet, things that you enjoyed, whatever. Hit us with anything, AMA basically, and we'll chat it out.
I saw some people talk about in the chat there's a Fist of the North Star game that came out this year. I have not beaten it, but boy howdy, that game is super cool. It's super silly. That is a game like they took Yakuza everything Yakuza, all the foundations of that game, open world, whatever, beat them up. And then they play, they just made it way more silly in anime, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Why
Overwatch? Yes. Steven, get out of here.
Wizza was saying with Overwatch. Someone else said Fortnite earlier up, too. But
now we're talking about some epic gaming, dudes.
Katamari, I just feel bad because it came out the same day as Smash, so, like, I'm totally going to get to it, but I feel so bad. Like, that it just launched the same day. Just what a bummer, Dude, Benny, we had a big Smash talk, my dude. Oh, yeah. Smash is amazing. Star Allies. Did you play Kirby Star Allies? I never played it.
Wanted to like that game so much, but it's so boring.
I don't think I've ever played a Kirby game, really. Like, not
Dude, if you want to play a good Kirby game, play Planet Robobot on the 3DS. That's a fantastic game.
I take it back. Epic Yarn. I beat Epic Yarn, but other than that,
good.
Yeah,
Epic Yarn's pretty good.
They're just that's kind of how I feel about them. I just think they're kind of boring. Is that bad to say? They're boring.
I like Kirby games a lot. I think my problem with Star Allies is like the whole ally system is just not fun. It's just not good. Just let me play as Kirby, and if people want to join in, they can join in. I don't need 4 CPU not doing anything. I don't know. There's some really cool moments in the game, but just overall, I was pretty disappointed by it.
And it kind of came to little fanfare. I mean, we were talking about Nintendo games, and we totally just didn't even talk about it.
Man, like, that sucks. Yeah, there was not a lot fanfare for that at all.
Yo, Lewis brought up Overcooked 2. Did you play Overcooked 2?
I have not played a single Overcooked game.
So I hadn't either. In fact, I'd never even heard of it. But then people were bringing... Because I am a big fan of Cook Serve Delicious, right? So Cook Serve Delicious 2.
Oh, yeah!
That came out last year, but there were some...
I always think of you and Joey Razorburn when I hear that.
I know, yeah. Joey's a huge fan of those.
Yeah.
People were saying, Overcooked, you gotta play Overcooked. It's even better. And I did play Overcooked 2 one evening, as all I played it with friends, but I kind of played it really trolly. Like, I just played it where, like, I acted like I had no idea what I was doing. So I was playing with friends, and they're like, okay, Brad, you need to go and get the meat. Go and get the meat. And I'll be like, over here? This? No, that's the lettuce. Why did you grab the lettuce? Here, I'll bring you the lettuce. No, I don't want the lettuce. and then they'll be like, okay, here is a finished burger. Go put it on the thing, to the tray to send it to food. And I'll be like, over here? No, don't do it. No. And then I drop it off the edge and lose it. And they're like, why'd you do that? So that was the best way to play it, in my opinion. I was laughing really hard. It's like everyone is getting so mad at me. They're like, I'm not playing this anymore. And I was like, come on, guys, we're having fun.
We're having a good time, right?
It was so funny.
I'm a good cook.
It was amazing.
I'm a good cook.
Because we played, like, the very first level, and I was like, okay, I got it. Let's go to, like, World 3. So we jumped to, like, a super hard one, and I mean, this one girl, she's super into it, and she's like, okay, you need to go here, and I just was totally messing with them. It was really fun. But it seems
See, that's the thing, y'all. Y'all don't realize this, but Snow over here is really mischievous.
You think I act like the nicest guy, but I'm not.
Yeah. Secretly, he's out to troll you every single day. I do want to talk about something because Chris called me out on it, and I feel really bad. Yakuza 6, I didn't talk about it. And it's one of those things... And
so that came out this year, right?
Yeah, it came out this year. They're porting up all the games. I'm actually waiting for that because I haven't played every single game in that series, and that is the last game of that like section, that story, I guess. The final arc, and like I kind of feel like it wouldn't be worth playing if I didn't know everything.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Because a lot of people say that, like, do I need to play all the other games? So,
yeah, and like I love the main character a whole lot, and I feel like I would not be doing him justice if I didn't know everything that happened to him.
Sure.
So that's just the way it is, unfortunately.
Yo,
but I played it for like an hour, and I thought it was really cool.
But my boy Lewis brought up Iconoclasts. Did you play Iconoclasts?
I did.
You did?
I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
That's right. I think you told me that. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? You just couldn't get into it, I think.
There's some like gameplay things for me that just felt a little jank, or like I felt like I was wasting my time. Like it's just like, okay, can we just move it along? Let's go.
It's a
like
little it's high on the puzzles. It's more puzzly than I expected.
Yeah.
A lot of puzzle solving.
I think I got through halfway through that game or so, and I was just like, I appreciate the work that was put into it and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just something that I was just kind of like, not really what I expected, not really what I wanted to be, I guess.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. In fact, it's up there. It's definitely up there as one of my favorites. That's another one that, like, Celeste came out like a week later.
Yeah.
So I played both around the same time, and I was like, I actually thought, it's so funny, when I started Celeste, I was like, I like Iconoclast better. Like this.
Yeah.
I was like, Celeste, I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Because when I started it, I was having trouble with Celeste on the controls. Because I would like want to dash a certain direction and it would go straight or a different direction.
Right.
And it just it took some getting used to. But yeah, at first, I was loving Iconoclasts. And I still really loved it, and it was a really good game. beautiful, incredible pixel art. It's a really good story. Like, it's a pretty deep and unique story that I haven't really seen before. So
That's
that
what
was
I've
cool.
heard, and I feel like I did myself a disservice by not finishing it because it sounded like it's got a really cool story.
It's another one that the ending makes up for any of the boring stuff.
That's awesome.
Because you've played Noi 2 Love, right? De-Evolution.
Yeah, I love Noi 2 Love.
So the end,
and I think that's the problem is I was expecting something like that.
And that's a good point. So that's very arcadey. This is a adventure story-driven game.
Yeah, adventure, and it's very, like you said earlier, very puzzle-driven.
Yeah,
a lot of puzzles to solve.
And so the final hour or two of Iconoclasts is arcade Noi 2 Love.
Whoa, really?
Like, for real.
That's awesome.
The bosses are insane. So yeah, I
really
recommend
cool.
I recommend finishing it just to see that. But yeah, they indies this year, man. Indies were so good. There was so good. A lot of really good ones.
I'm gonna look at my Switch. Was there anything else I played on here?
Someone brought up Hitman 2. I never played the Hitman games.
Yeah, neither did I.
I've heard they're phenomenal, just have never played them personally.
Oh, I just remembered a big game, huge game. Dude, did you play Enter the Breach at all?
Oh yeah. Okay, I almost mentioned them, but I forgot as well. Into the Breach. Speaking of puzzle games. I mean,
yeah,
kind of.
What's cool about that is it's a tactical RPG game.
Right.
In disguise of because it's straight up a puzzle game. Let's be real. It's barely the other thing. It's barely the other thing.
Right.
But like that is without a doubt like the perfect tactical RPG game that should be on a mobile thing.
Yes.
Because like as soon as the game got on Switch, I was like, they did it. They knew what they were doing.
Right.
Because that is the best like pick up and play. I'll play a game or two kind of game.
Right.
It's very satisfying.
Right. Well, and it's a lot like FTL in that because it's by the same people that made FTL, and so they're really good at making roguelike games that are like a bit longer though. Like it takes like a couple hours to finish a round, you know, of FTL and Into the Breach, where like the other ones like Isaac or Spelunky, like you finish those in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But these are like longer. You have to think about them more. Like it's definitely
there's consequences to your failures, especially in Enter the Breach.
Yes.
And I really, really like that.
It's very tactical.
Like, ooh, do I want to actually bring back this pilot with me when I game over or not? You know, stuff like that is really fun.
I really liked it. Puzzle games are not normally like it's just harder for me to get into those types of games, but I definitely can appreciate it for what it was, and I think it was really well done. It's a good one.
I love that game. Yeah. Another one. Hold on, what was it? I got to bring up. Even though I kind of feel like it's probably kind of coming past with my friend group that I play with. Lethal League Blaze. Did you play that at all?
No, I didn't. And it looked really good.
It's so good.
It looked really good. It looked really good.
It's so hype, man.
Yeah, I just it was there's too many games, you know. It's just too many games. But I heard it was really, really good. It really improved on the original. Like, just brought some really cool new stuff.
They did the thing that Fighters did in that, like, they made all these 2D characters 3D, so like they could do camera work and stuff and make all the impact shots look really cool. Everything about it's just a huge improvement from Lethal League. I think it's a really gosh darn huge shame that the online is not good.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Because like we played that for I don't know a few weeks.
Which is weird because the first one was fine. I thought.
Yeah, well, it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we played. We tried to play a couple times after the huge buzz, and it's just like could not connect for life.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I hope it's been fixed, but by now. But like that was super good game.
We're coming to a close here. We're wrapping up on time, but I had one more that I wanted to bring up that also was probably pretty niche because I know just a lot of people don't have VR anything. But Beat Saber, dude.
Man, Beat Saber looks so cool.
So good. So like Beat Saber, it's kind of weird because it feels like you got to put VR games in their own separate category or whatever. But like obviously of VR games, it was the best one I played all year because I really only played it. It's like the only one I played this year. But it is so good. It's so fun.
That honestly made me get the itch to play Guitar Hero.
Well, and a lot of
looks
people,
so cool.
because now it's on PS4 as well. So like a lot of people that have a PSVR, which is somewhat of less of an investment than getting like a Vive or something.
Yeah.
So you can play it on PSVR. And so Beat Saber was amazing. And so it's, for those that don't know, if you've never seen it, it's Guitar Hero DDR, but with lightsabers. So you have a red and blue, and so you have to hit the correct color, but then you also have to hit the right direction. So it'll have an arrow up, down, left, or right, and you have to hit it from the correct direction of the arrow. And that's it, though. And so I've probably had like 20 to 25 different friends play it at my house. Oh. And every single one, they play one song and they got it down, and they can do like hard.
Oh, that's so cool!
They can do like hard difficulty, and they're all about it, and it's super fun.
That's
like,
so cool, man! I want to play that game.
Everyone I've seen play has just picked it up, and it's really, really fun. You get in a flow state once you get into those harder modes.
Yeah.
And it just feels amazing. Mitch actually came over because Mitch, when he visited the States, Mitch came to my house and played it. Very, very fun. And the best part about it is you can do custom songs. So on the PC, you can download like a mod thing where you can download custom songs that people have made.
That's the best.
Yeah. So in the game, there's like 11 tracks or something that are created for the game. They're originals. But then you can download any song. So you go to like the site or whatever, and I downloaded Imagine Dragons. I downloaded, freaking Bohemian Rhapsody. I downloaded Gangnam Style, and like they're all amazing, and they're really creative. It's just super,
really
super
cool.
Fun. Yeah, you wouldn't think it just because like the idea is like whatever, but like it's actually really fun.
Hey, can I talk about one game real quick?
Yes.
I just want to know if this was on your radar at all.
Totally.
Did you ever hear about what's it called? Monster Prom?
I heard about it. Yeah.
Oh man, I would love to see you and Snow Woman stream that game together.
That'd be cool. It's like is it a?
It's a dating sim
that's
game.
What I thought.
But it's also multiplayer, which is just.
That's weird. That is weird,
dude. It is one of the most fun. Like it is brain dead. It is just so. But it's very aware that how stupid it and it's just having fun,
right?
And it's just really, really absurd. And that is a game that I've introduced every time I have someone over and we play like a round of it. Interesting. And it is just super fun, super goofy.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. It's just been it's just been a really fun game. Great art, great music, super solid game.
The new
very silly, very silly.
Have you ever played the Jackbox games, like Jackbox Party Pack? So the new Jackbox came out a few months ago too, and that's another one that is also just really blew me away with how fun it is. I bought it because there's a rap battle game, so there's a rap battle mini game, and it's kind of like Mad Libs. It'll be like, give me an adjective, and then it'll write the first line for you, and then you have to come up with your own second line to rhyme with it. So, for example, it'll say, give me a noun that's a sport. So you would say basketball. And then it would say, I'm going to slam dunk you like a basketball. Now write your second line that rhymes with that. And so then you have to be like, I'm going to flush you down a toilet stall. I don't know. Like, whatever, right? So you come up with your own second line. I'm a pro, by the way. That's
someone clip that because that was godly.
So, I bought it for that because I thought that was really fun. But then the other modes in are even better. The best one I ever played is one called patent. It's something about patenting, but you create inventions to solve problems. So like everyone will write. They'll make up an issue, a problem that they have. So so having too many blank, and then you fill in the blank. So like I have too many friends. Right? So then, solve this issue. We have too many friends. And you would draw and promote. You literally stand up and do a presentation, like a sales pitch of your item that you made.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'd be like, introducing stink spray. It's like deodorant, but it makes you stink. And so you have too many friends? Not anymore. Now they're gonna like
that sounds
really fun, and it was amazing. Yeah. The best one that we ever did is, so the problem was I don't want to get up to eat food. I don't want to, it's too much effort to eat or something. So I said, are you too lazy to go and eat food? I've created this device, and I showed the picture I had drawn. It's like a mechanical arm that shoves a burger like in your mouth while you're laying in bed. So this person's like laying down and their mouth's open, and this mechanical arm is shoving a burger in their face. But then you can pick to show like the title and the tagline like before or after. So I showed the picture first, and then I said, the title it's called Spread 'em. And so it was, when you're too weak to spread your cheeks, spread them. And so it's like, wow, that was the thing, and it put the food in your mouth. It was pretty amazing.
That sounds like a good pack.
It was really fun. I haven't
played any of those. That sounds
I would patent it. Holy moly. Anything else to cover? I mean, we've talked about a lot of games.
No, I'm good. I really want you to play Monster Prom.
Yeah, I should really pick it up. Dating sims normally I'm like, but
it is the least serious thing I've ever played.
Right.
It's just super good.
Yeah, I should do that. I should play it on stream or something. That'd be good. Thank you, chat, for being here. Thanks for talking with us. Thanks for asking us about those games, sharing the ones that you loved. It's been a blast. Perry, thanks for being my guest. What an amazing time.
Dude.
2018. It's almost over. We're wrapping it up.
Can't even believe it, dude.
It is crazy. It's been quite a year.
Can't wait for Smash Ultimate 2.
Hey, we should so I made that video a long time ago about top 5 characters that I wanted in Smash Bros. 5.
Yeah! Give me the stage!
Yeah. And so I actually went onto it now, and I changed the title to Smash Bros. Ultimate just for that searchability. I wanted to make sure that was still getting around. So it's
real nice guy tactics over here.
Yeah. Number 2 was the temple stage from Melee as a character.
That is my favorite joke of that video.
And then it became a thing. People modded it. They made it a thing in Project M. Did I tell you about that?
No way!
Yeah, so people made it. They made the temple stage a character, and it's the 3D model of temple stage with like legs and a gun, and so it became an actual character.
That's so good.
And so I was like, I called it. I was like, I definitely called that character being in. It was pretty funny. So yeah, it was awesome.
Man.
It's been a blast. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We've been talking for almost 2 hours. Time to wrap it up. Any final words to chat or parting words of 2018 that you want to just impart your wisdom on everybody?
2018's been pretty dope, but 2019 better be hella dope.
Whoa. Oh.
I don't know, Cyberpunk. Dude, that game's got to be good, right?
Like, that's true. You know what? Let's just to close out. Give me very quickly. One game you're looking forward to in 2019.
DMC5. Dude, that's like right around the corner. I'm so excited for that.
DMC5, is that what you said?
Devil May Cry 5, baby.
Wow. Okay, that's not what I expected, but that's a good choice. When does that come out? Soon?
I think April.
Wow. Okay, that is coming soon.
Yeah. That and Resident Evil 2, which I think is sooner.
Wow. I bet you can guess mine. Can you guess mine? It's coming out in 2019.
Wow, I would have never guessed that, dude. Is it Kingdom Hearts 3?
No.
Oh.
I'm excited for that, but that's not what it was.
I don't know.
You would know. I'll tell you, and you'll be like, what? Spelunky 2, dude.
Oh, yeah. See, that's not even on my radar.
Spelunky 2, boy. Spelunky 2.
I forget how much you love that game. I honestly forget. Dude. You guys don't even know. This boy used to make Let's Plays of Spelunky, and they are so good.
Derek, you bless. Yeah, dude. Spelunky 2. I played it at PAX this year, and...
Oh, yeah?
Ooh, the heavens have descended.
Is it everything you wanted?
It's everything I wanted. It's literally everything I wanted. I cannot wait. Also Ori and the Will of Wisps, but mainly Spelunky 2.
Yeah, holy crap. I'm so looking... Dude, that game...
Ori,
beautiful.
Will of Wisps. Kingdom Hearts 3 does come out very quickly, but Ori and Spelunky are my top 2 for sure.
Yeah, I'm probably looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3 and Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah, I'm excited for KH3, definitely. And that's very soon. That's like January.
Yeah.
Get hyped, y'all.
Yeah,
It's been fun.
2019.
Holy moly. Thanks, everyone, for being here. It was a blast. I appreciate it. Thanks for the follows and the bits from Ryan Tatum. We'll see you next year. It's been wonderful.
Next year.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, we're on the end screen. They can't see us anymore. So
Oh, good. Yeah. Man, I can't believe Lewis kept bringing up stuff, man.
Oh, shoot.
Why did Chris want me to play Yakuza? What?
I forgot to mute the mics. Oh, no.
No, why did you do this?
Okay, hold on. I'll just turn them down a little bit. I think if we just talk quietly, they won't hear us this way. Okay, good. Now we can. Okay, okay. So just like whisper, dude.
Smash Bros. More like lame bros.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
I hate honestly all those ones that we said we liked. I hated those games, dude.
Yeah, I only brought up that one indie game so I look like I'm smart and relevant.
Dude, my kid. Oh crap! They're saying they can still hear us. Oh crap!
Oh, Snow, come on, man!
Sorry. Oh dang it! I'm sorry. Okay, we're out. We should just get out of here. Let's just get out of here, dude. Okay, bye.
Bye, I guess. That was a really good bit.